Hello class. In this short video, I'm going to introduce you to the one act play prescribed for this paper, that is Trifles by Susan Glaspell. Susan Glaspell was an American novelist, short story writer, dramatist, a journalist, and she belongs to what is known as the first wave of feminism. She was a feminist. As far as this play is concerned, the play was first published, performed on 8th August 1916. That is the early 20th century. It is based upon the murder trial of a person, and it is supposed that his wife had killed him, and this woman was arrested, and there was a trial, and after some years she had been released. She was not convicted, and it is an interesting thing that Susan Glaspell, she was the reporter who wrote her story, who followed this story, that is this incident, this murder case. And after many stories, she wrote some 26 stories regarding that murder. Later on, she went to see the farmhouse of that couple, that is the man who was murdered and the supposed criminal, that was his wife. It was supposed to be committed by his wife. But after coming from that visit, her views on this case started changing, and she became sympathetic towards the convict, that is the murderer, that is his wife supposed to be the murderer in this case. Trifles means something. Trifle means something that is unimportant, something that is of little value or importance. And as I told you, this writer was a feminist writer, and this play can best be studied with the help of the feminist approach, the feminist theory, that is how women are oppressed. So as you see on your screen, there is a cage, and this cage is a symbol of the patriarchal society that imprisons women, that exploits women. So this picture is highly symbolic of the content of the play. As far as the characters in the play are concerned, there are 5 characters. The first character is that of George Henderson, who is a county attorney. County is an area which has its own local government, and it is the system particularly in Britain, Ireland, or the United States. Now, the setting for this play is an American county, and attorney is a person, a lawyer, who is appointed to act for another in business or legal matters. So, George Henderson is a lawyer of the county, the government of that county. So, he is the government officer. Like we have collectors for our districts. The second character is that of Henry Peters, who is a sheriff. Sheriff is again a title. An officer of the law in an American county is known as a sheriff. So, these are the two characters who are from the government, they are from the law. The third male character is that of Lewis Hall. He is a neighboring farmer. Then there are two women characters, Mrs. Peters and Mrs. Hall. Mrs. Peters, of course, is the wife of the sheriff Henry Peters, and Mrs. Hall is the wife of that neighboring farmer Lewis Hall. As far as the ages of these characters are concerned, George Henderson is a young man. Henry Peters is and his wife, they are middle aged. And Lewis Hall and his wife, they are also middle aged people. And the setting for the play is the house, the farmhouse of John Wright. John Wright and his wife, Mrs. Wright, her name is Minion Wright. These are also the characters, but they never appear on the stage. But as readers or as the spectators, one can sense or one can feel their presence throughout the play. So, there are 6 characters, 4 present on the stage and 2 about whom the discussion goes on. As I told you, this play was based upon or inspired by a murder trial, murder of John Hossack, and that murder was reported as a journalist by Susan Glaspell, and that murder was supposed to be committed by John Hossack's wife Margaret on 2nd December 1900. Later on, Glaspell wrote a story. She rewrote this play in the form of a short story. She converted her play Trifles in the form of a short story entitled A Jury of Her Peers. Right. So this is a very short, brief introduction to this play Trifles by Susan Glaspell, an American writer, a feminist writer. I have already sent you the PDF of this play. Also the screen adaptation, a video of this play. So what you have to do today and tomorrow is that read the play. It's a one act play, and you can read that thoroughly. Watch the video by clicking the link I sent you on Google Classroom, and tomorrow onwards we will discuss this play in detail. Thank you.